You ever feel like you're doing everything right, but things just don't seem to be falling into place? You're taking business advice from an owner over in California, but you're running service calls up in Maine. You might be lighting your marketing budget on fire. I spent 15 years in a truck before I started engineering these systems. And I'm telling you right now, geography is the one variable that kills more businesses than bad service ever will. Business is not a one size fits all game. If you don't understand the logic of your local map, you've already lost. I see it every single day. Somebody out there will say, Yelp is the best thing that has ever happened to my business. And in reality, like, it might be the best thing that ever happened to his business. However, it's a money pit for most of you guys out there because Yelp's not widely used anymore, except if you're on the West Coast. Yeah, currently Yelp might be going good. All the way on the East Coast, there are some pockets over there. Yelp might be doing good. But if you don't look directly at your location, you could just be lighting a whole lot of money on fire. And you might just think that, well, marketing sucks. And it does. If you're just focused on, what you're focused on instead of focusing on your specific area, the specific demographic, the specific market that is in your area. Maybe you've spent thousands of dollars, keeping up with NATE certifications over the years. And maybe in your area, nobody gives a crap about NATE certification. I just recently asked this in our HVAC is Live group on Facebook. If you're not in the HVAC is Live group, I recommend you go over there. Well, I just posted this the other day, and it was mixed feelings. Some people say that NATE is the entire reason that they were able to get where they're trying to get in their HVAC careers, whereas other people said it was a complete waste of time and money and nobody even knew what it was in their area. You ever feel like you're doing everything right, but things just don't seem to be falling into place? It's probably not because you're a bad tech. It might just be you're using the wrong tactics for your zip code. Now, before we pull the panels off this problem and start diagnosing our issue, do me a quick favor. If you want to stop gambling on the weather, you want to start engineering your growth, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell notifications so that you can catch all of our videos. We're dropping real blueprints just like this one every single week over here on YouTube. And listen, if you haven't verified your Google business profile yet, you're going to want to click the link that's going to pop up right up there, because that is the first and the most important thing that you can do for your business is get listed and start ranking your Google business profile. We'll also leave a link to that video in the description below. The obstacles are not the same. If you're in a big city like Dallas versus small town USA over in Indiana, you have completely different obstacles. When you're in Indiana, perhaps your service area might be 40 miles wide, whereas you're in the middle of Dallas and it takes you 40 minutes just to go 2 miles. So one area you might be dealing with 500 trucks within like a 2-mile radius of your office. And then in another area, small town USA, you might be dealing with 500 trucks, customers included. Not only is the service area different, and the competition level different, well, pricing is different across the gamut as well. So you can't go online and just ask, like, how much are you guys charging for this? Well, if you're in one area, you maybe charging $150 might be a little above the market price, whereas charging $600 for the same thing in a different area might actually be kind of lowballing it. Pricing varies greatly depending upon your area, depending upon your business, because the same goes with wages and business expenses, overhead, all of this stuff is different in every area. Wages are different in every area. You give somebody $50,000 in California and they're hurting. You give somebody $50,000 in Oklahoma and they're living all right. That's why you cannot just base your numbers off of somebody else. You have to know your own numbers. You have to know how much it costs you to operate your business per hour You have to know how much your material costs are so that you can factor in and figure out exactly how much you have to charge to make a profit. If you don't know your numbers, you're just guessing and guessing and then going off of some other guy's numbers down, a couple states over. It's just a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for closing your doors. And then your marketing is going to be the same way. You're going to ask people online, like, how much are you spending towards marketing? Oh, well, we're spending $10,000 per month on SEO or something. Well, you're over here. You shouldn't even been spending $10,000 a month for your entire marketing program for your small business. You can't compare and contrast your own business against these other businesses like that. So everything is market dependent. Every single thing is location and your specific business dependent. So you can't just, how much are you spending for SEO? Because I can tell you right now, a guy in Dallas, Texas, he should be spending a whole lot more than you are in your small area. You don't have the competition around you to do all of these intense marketing tactics. You probably can get by with just a website and a little bit of activity out on the internet. You probably could rank number one and dominate your entire area with very, very minimal effort. Or maybe you are in Dallas, maybe you're in Phoenix, in which case the amount of effort is going to be dramatically more. And so the costs to do said things are dramatically more. But make sure that what you're doing and what you're putting your money and your effort to in your business actually does apply to your market. That's one of the reasons why we do local SEO. And that's one of the reasons why we focus on websites, because every business out there should focus on having a good website that helps them rank in Google and AI searches. Because regardless of where you're at, those stay pretty consistent across the entire country. Okay. There are other things that can be consistent, like Facebook is relatively consistent all across the country, Facebook groups and stuff like that. Other things like putting money towards Yelp or Nextdoor, and other things like citations, like paying to be BBB accredited. Some areas that still is a thing. Most of us, BBB doesn't mean anything. It's just an extra $400 a year that you don't have in your bank. But there are still some areas. Think they're in the East Coast kind of areas, so New England kind of areas, BBB can actually still be really good, as well as Yelp can still be decent over there in that area. Whereas the rest of the country, like, we really don't care about that kind of stuff. There are some areas where Nextdoor is really a big thing. So get on Nextdoor, get your business on Nextdoor, even if it's not a big thing, but look around for your communities around you and see how active people are on Nextdoor. Maybe Nextdoor should be, have a little bit of attention to it. There's a lot of things like this, and even little pockets around your area, knowing exactly where the money is in your area and focusing your efforts towards the proper clientele for your location. But everything should be done on a case by case basis. This is like, picture, if we say we're going to go to the lake or something. So I hit up my buddy. I'm in Oklahoma right now, by the way. So say I hit up my buddy. I've got a buddy that's up in Maine right now. So I hit up my buddy and I say, hey, dude, how's fishing? What are they biting on? I'm about to head to the lake tomorrow. Like, it doesn't really matter what the hell information he gives me, because it's a moot point, because what he fishes for, hell, the species are completely different. Like, we're not even fishing for the same thing. So it doesn't really matter what his fish are biting on. I've got to go get my lakes that are in my local area. So if I'm going to get some information about that, I would probably ask some local anglers. Or I'm just going to head out to the lake and see what the conditions look like. And I'm going to play it by ear and figure it out. And that's really the options that you have. You can get some local information that actually applies to your business, what works, what doesn't work. This is where getting a local network of other business owners can be highly beneficial. Knowing like even the offers that hit with your customer base, offers vary greatly depending upon your location. So where an offer in California might be electrifying a home, like they actually care about spending more money so that they can pay money for electric instead of paying for gas. Like that kind of an offer might actually hit over there. Whereas here, I mean, the offer varies greatly depending upon your area. Right now, we've got a whole bunch of cedar pollen and crap that's in the air here in Oklahoma. And so selling some IAQ products could be very effective currently when people have active allergy issues. Whereas maybe you're up north, maybe they're still hitting up the furnace season, because maybe hell, they're still getting snow up there when it's 80, 85 degrees or so around here. And so obviously their offers and what pains of their customers they can actually hit vary greatly. You're obviously not going to be running any heating repair sort of advertisements when it's 85 degrees where you're living at. So seasons don't hit everybody the same. If you're over in Baton Rouge, you're dealing with 100% humidity, so everything is all about emergency AC repair all day. Whereas over here in Oklahoma, we're dealing with, cedar pollen allergies and whatnot. Up north, they're still dealing with boiler repairs and stuff like that. So everywhere is different. And you have to engineer your message to hit your local customer base, not some national average. Look, if any of this sounds like you or your business, don't sweat it. Most owners were not taught the geography of business. They were taught how to fix a compressor. We're here to help you bridge that gap. You've done the hard part by mastering your trade. Now it's just about aligning that skill with the reality of your local map. Stop looking at the national average and start looking at your local prints. And if you want a professional set of eyes to take a look at your geography, feel free to schedule a strategy session. Every single business owner gets one free strategy session. This isn't a sales call. This is none of that. What this is we take a look into your business and we tell you exactly what we believe you should focus on to get the maximum potential out of your area. And then we give you the blueprints to do it yourself. And we have many, many YouTube videos out there specifically tailored just to teach you and tell you exactly what you should be doing. And, if for some reason you do want to hire us, we're here for you. Just ask. But this is all just about you winning and making sure that you're out there dominating your local market. Stop pouting about the quiet phone and start engineering the noise. Let's fucking go. I'll see you on the next one.